excited about some of the wonderful things that Barbecues Galore sell in their shop. I mean, they are the biggest retailer of the best and widest range of barbecues and accessories. And this one here is my favourite at the moment. It's a Big Green Egg. Crazy style name, but you can see where it comes from, really, can't you? It's not rocket science. This is based on a Japanese oven called the Komodo oven. It's ceramic, it's double belted, so it's got a ceramic inner and outer. It's really, I mean, if you like cooking on charcoal, this is probably the best thing you're going to get to cook on charcoal with. You can smoke in it, roast in it, do pizzas in it, you name it. There's nothing you can't do in this. Well, no, there's not. There's nothing. And this recipe that I'm doing today, it's kind of, you know, a barbecue icon, really. Now, it's a bit like the pavlova. The Kiwis think that they invented it, but really we know that the Australians did, because we are the barbecue kings. Okay, this little accessory here, I know it kind of looks weird, but it's called the Barbie Chef Beer Can Chicken Holder. It's exciting. Australians love barbecues, we love beer, so why not blend them together? So how we use this, it's very simple. We get an iconic Australian beer like this one. Test it. Now the reason I'm doing that is because you've got to take a little bit of beer out of the can. It's in the recipe. So we place the beer can into our beer can holder. Notice it's got 4 little feet, keep it nice and sturdy. Now, you could just use beer by itself, but you know, being a chef, I like to sort of push the boundaries and infuse a little bit more flavour into the food that I'm cooking. And because we're doing a Chinese style beer can chicken, I'm going to give it some Chinese flavours. So we've got some spring onions, okay, just the stems of some spring onions. We just poke those into our beer, probably about 2 or 3, or you know, 2 perhaps, because it's quite a big spring onion. In they go. Then we've got a couple of star anise. So that's a kind of an aniseed flavour, a licorice flavour, used extensively in Chinese food. In we go. So a couple of those in, 1.5, they're quite big, into the beer can, and then some garlic. Okay, that's a big old piece of garlic, so I'll just use 1/2 of garlic. So there we go. That's how we set up a beer can. Now, if we have a look at this chicken, I've impaled it already onto our can of beer, which is under there. Basically, you take the large cavity of the bird, you trim out any excess fat, and you place it over the can of beer like so. So it stands up. Now, I've made a little sort of tanning liquid, I like to call it. Basically, it's a mixture of soy sauce, ketchup mayonnaise, which is a thick sweet soy sauce, some Chinese rice wine, we've got some cinnamon, some more star anise, a bit of peppercorn, and ginger. And we just baste it 3 or 4 times, so it takes on this sort of Donatella Versace kind of look, you know. Deep dark tan, slightly wrinkly, but nonetheless delicious and delightful. Okay, so that's going to sort of, you do that about 3 times. In between each tanning solution, you let it dry, which will probably take you a couple of hours. Leave it in the fridge overnight if you like, if you do it the day before, and we're ready to go. So we've got our disposable roasting drip tray underneath to catch all the fat, into which I'm going to put some sweet potatoes. I'll probably only get 2 in there, which is more than enough. Okay, so we've got the chicken ready. Let's talk about the barbecue. We've got, you know, a good amount of coal in there, probably about 15 or so good sized lumps, charcoal. You don't want to use heat beads for this, use charcoal. Okay, so we've lit it, it's burnt, and we've got a nice ash white colour to all our charcoal. Down here we've got a little airflow system, okay? If you close it off, very little air gets through, which inhibits the burning of the coal. So we want to slow it down a little bit, so we're going to have it halfway. So we've got a sort of half the amount of airflow possible through there. We've got a nice heat on our barbecue. We simply place our chicken straight into the barbecue, onto the barbecue rack. We pull the lid down, and here we have a thermometer. We want to keep the temperature at about 180, 200 degrees. Now, I was talking about airflow. So where you've got air going in, you've got to have air coming out. That's hot air. It's called draw. Okay, to limit that draw, we close that off and open up the top valve, so you're controlling the airflow, which should in fact, control how fast our fire burns. So we can really sort of get some efficiency out of that, that coal. Now, if you want to slow it down and turn it off, just close that down further too. You've got a tiny little hole. So we'll just slow it down. We're sitting about 200 degrees, 220. We'll give it that temperature for about 10 minutes, then we'll open the barbecue up, let some of the temperature out, close down the valve so we really slow the barbecue down, and we can just sit back and relax while our big green egg cooks our Chinese style beer can chicken. Okay, let's have a look at the Chinese chicken and the big green egg. Superb. Oh, it's died down to a nice heat. So it was on about 200 degrees there, and it just slowly died down. I kept the airflow low just so it didn't get too hot. Now we just have to take this little baby out of the oven. Okay, see how we go. Oh, there we go. Just twist him around. Woo! Now, this is the fun bit, getting it off the can of beer. Okay, this is a job for more than one tool. It's a good thing I've got my Barbecues Galore 30-piece stainless steel toolkit. Now, we've got a thing for every job here. I think what I need is a roasting fork. Always good to attack a roasted bird with a roasting fork, okay? So, see how we can get this off. Oh, here we go. All the cans come out. The whole kit and caboodle. Let's see if we can get it out without... freedom! Oh! That's hot. Okay, the chicken goes down onto the board. We lose. Take our sweet potatoes out, put those on our platters. We'll just slip that back into our barbecue. Okay, soak up some of the juices here. I don't want to get it all over the floor, but quite simply what we do now is cut down into our chicken. Oh, beautiful. Look at that, beautiful and pink and so juicy. Okay. And that's the benefit of cooking on the beer can, is it pumps all that steam and beer and infused flavour of the star anise up into the sort of cavity of the chicken and steams it from within and roasts it from outside. Oh, and this is so authentic, and it tastes like you're in Chinatown. It really does taste unbelievably beautiful. Okay, just whip out the bottom of this chicken like so. Take off the little wings, they're for me. Okay, and then what we do is this. Cut down through our chicken like so. Yum, it's so juicy. Look how juicy that breast is still. It's all from the benefit of that beer can. Oh, it's absolutely sensational. Let's get that up here like so. Okay. What am I going to do with all my hands? Okay, just a little bit of garnish for our chicken. A bit of greenery. Up here like so. Looks nice and pretty. Now finally, for our sweet potato, just open those up like so. And I've just got a little dressing that I've made with yogurt, ginger, garlic, some spring onions and green chilli, and that just goes across the top like so. And there we have barbecued beer can chicken, Chinese style. Thank you very much. I'm salivating. My fingers taste good. The potatoes look good. The chicken tastes fantastic. Beautiful. Let's get that to the table.